Kia ora, Q here, no mai, haere mai. So I've decided to trade live again and document my journey this time. See how I go trading live. I haven't had a lot of success in the past. Been trading for about 2 years, well, since the end of 2022. And paper trading that time, had success paper trading, strategy that works and seems to be doing well. So it's time to put it to the test with real money, and also make sure that I can actually emotionally handle trading as well, which I've found in the past to be one of the most difficult things to do, is actually keep my emotions in check and let go of my attachment to the real money on the line or losing it. So I started trading this week on the 4th of March, so that was Tuesday, and 4 days trading this week, and we'll go over my reviews for those days now, but I'll just bring this up here. So I log all my trades that I take, both live and on paper. This is my live data sheet from this week. So on Tuesday, on the 4th of March, I took 6 trades in total, 2 winning, 4 losing. So not great accuracy that session. And I've got to say, I was a little bit nervous going live again, and probably didn't really trade very well. One, because it was my first time trading live again for quite a while. And 2, the market conditions had changed drastically from the prior week. Since October, there's been some really good momentum in small gaps, and it's been pretty positive, pretty bullish sentiment in the market. So when I showed up on Tuesday and the market was slow and nothing was moving, I didn't take my first trade until 8:21, and usually I get up for the pre-market session, and I'm sitting down around 6:45 to trade through to about 10 a.m. market time. I live in New Zealand, so that's like getting up at 12:30 in the middle of the night and trading through till 4 o'clock in the morning. So it's one of the challenges of living on the other side of the world. But that's what it is, and that's the type of trading I like to do. So not a great start to the week. I did have a really good trade on Tuesday, though. I got 80 cents out of the market, which is really good. Those 2 green trades are what actually made me profitable on that day. Only $23 in profit, but still, if we look at GTT here, I'll bring up this one here. Yeah, so you can see the first entry wasn't a good entry up here. I bought that looking at support, hopefully to make a new league higher. I didn't get out here. I should have been out, as it sort of broke down through VWAP. That should have been my exit, really. But I held through it. I was expecting it to hopefully come back up. It's a bit of holding hoping, but anyway. But as it came back up here, I got in for the first break of the green candle here. It's showing some good, a good bounce back up, and it did pull back, but it held, and then held above the 20 EMA, and then pushed back through the VWAP. Took a bit of time to get back through there, but once it sort of started breaking here, I thought there was a good chance of it to break back to my entry or even higher. But as soon as it broke over my entry and broke up to here, I got out straight away. So up here at around $4.80, $4.90 was my exit, and my entry down here was around, what was that? That was around $4. What was it? 407. and got out at 490. The bad entry was at 486, so sort of a small loss on that at 480. But yeah, not too bad. So that was the first day. Probably could have done a lot better on that, but that's the way it goes. So we move on to 5th of March. Once again, the market conditions were really slow. It was just been a real slow week last week. So yeah, on this day I took one trade. It was a green trade, but only 7 cents out of the market that day with 400 shares though. So I made $28 profit on that. I do pay commissions as well at the end on every trade. There's certain conditions that I have to meet with my trading broker to get free trades. And part of that is it's got to be a limit order, and it's got to be on the books for at least 1 second, I think it is, before it's eligible to be free, and it's got to be 200 shares or more, I think, as well, that you're trading. But anyway, I do sort of budget in fees. They're not quite right on this, as TradeZero's updated their prices since I created the commissions on this. Yeah, but if we have a look at that trade, so this one here, I entered here at around, I say $1.60. What did I enter on that at? Yeah, $1.60, and exited at $1.67. But it was a long hold on that to get just that 7 cents. And really, I had placed an order here at 167 for its fill. It pulled all the way back down here, which really was only around 20 cents a share. So it's still kind of within my loss, but really should have been out here when it broke down through the support line, sort of across here, or even through VWAP. It should have been out. But it did rally again, push back up, and it got me out at 167. I think the stock actually went further than that after that that very big spike in a candle. But yeah, so very slow day on that day. 6th of March, I think, was a bit better. Much more trades. How many trades did I take there? 14 trades, 11 green, 3 red, and accuracy of 78%, 78.57%, which is really good. That's awesome. But my risk-reward ratio, 0.37, that's really bad. I really want a risk-reward ratio at least of 1. That is kind of where I want to have my risk-reward ratio, 1 or more. But at the end of the day, I walked away with $76 in profit, so not bad. Probably the trades that I took, you can see here that a lot of my trades, 18 cents, it's around a base hit, 3 cents, 4 cents, 6 cents, 3 cents, 17 cents, another base hit, 13 cents, another base hit, and then, 13 cents, 5 cents, a loss there of 12 cents, which is that's within my risk reward, my risk management. That's fine. This one here at 61 cents isn't. That's a bigger loss there, which shouldn't have happened. And then and then a couple of good trades at the end there, 51 cents, that helped reduce that loss there. And then 14 cents as well, which was good on GV. GV was a stock that really put in some moves over that week. And I think it sort of highlighted in a couple of sessions last week. So if I have a look at the loss here, is probably, yeah. So I've gotten in at the high. So the stock is pushed up here to $697. It's broken 7, and I got in here for the next leg higher. I was hoping it would push. I was expecting it to push higher over to up into the $7 range. So 720, 740, 750, and really, pushing higher, but rejected off that level and then flushed it all the way down. I got caught in the flush in this, and I thought it might bounce, so I didn't get out straight away. I thought it might bounce and come back up, but it just kept going down. So as soon as it sort of broke, couldn't get back over the 650 level, I took my exit there. 61 cent loss, not a great result there, but yeah. And if we have a look at the trade here that I took, and I got 51 cents on. So this trade here was at the open. I sort of let it, I didn't jump in straight away. And generally I try not to get in straight away at the open unless I'm pretty confident that the stock will push in the right direction for me. So I trade only to the long side. So I'm looking for stocks to rally and go up. So I held off until this sort of looked like it was going to hold, and then I took an entry here when it broke over the VWAP, did a dip, and then I looked for the break of that candle there, and that was my entry in right here at, what was that, 623 was my entry on that stock. So yeah, 623 in here, and held through this red candle here where it sort of started to pull back, rallied again, came up here, hit some resistance around 680, and I took my exit there at around 675, 676. So yeah, so I thought that was a good trade. Definitely a more confident trade, getting in at the right time and holding through to my exit, which was really good. If we look back at some of the other trades that I took, a lot of these ones that are real low, it's because I'm getting shaken out. So really, yeah, just not really holding long enough, or getting in at the wrong time, and then not taking my stop loss, and then holding for it to come back. Yeah, like this one here on GB, which was sort of earlier. So, getting in here at the low, this previous support level, getting here at around 630, and then getting shaken out at 638, 639 at this level, just in here. So really that's, and just being able to hold through those, through that period there, I could have been out sort of more here, or even higher if I'd actually, stuck to my chart. I've got a resistance line up there. I could have waited for it to come up and try and test that resistance line again. But first week back to live trading, so there's a bit of nerves in there as well. So did well on 6th of March, good accuracy, 78%, average winner $19.46, average loser is much higher at 52.43, so risk reward ratio of 0.37. My accuracy really saved me on this day. Then 7th of March, which is the last day of the week, Friday, Took 8 trades, 7 winning trades, so accuracy really high, 87.5%. We took 1 red trade, but as you can see here, 11 cents a share, well within my risk management. So that overall was a good trade. But once again, my risk reward ratio here, 0.44, really low. So I really have to work on that. Did walk away $63 in profit though, so this is gross, but commissions to come out on that. But still in the green, good result for the day. We look through here though, a lot of these trades are 2 cents, 1 cent, 12 cents there, that's sort of a base hit. Generally I want to get between 10 and 15 cents at least on a winning trade or on a green trade. Losing trades, 10 cents to 15 cents is really sort of the where I want to take my losing trades. But it depends on what price range I'm trading as well. That might not be realistic if I'm trading a higher price one that moves further than that, and really it will depend on where the support or resistance is on the chart. So I traded PSTV, ACON, ACLN, and GV again on Friday, and then 1 trade on DWTX, which was a nice trade, base hit. Got $30 out of that trade, which is good. But a lot of these trades are around 0.2 cents, break even. And especially on GV, this one here, really, if we have a look at GV here, like I missed that entire move. I missed the entire front end of that move. That was a massive move. That it pushed from, what was that? Around $3.90 up to, $5.30, around that on that first candle. Missed that, which is fine. And then as it was pulling back down to the VWAP, on the 9 EMA, on the VWAP support, I bought in. Good entry, great entry. But because of the price action, and I was a little bit uncertain about the stock, whether it was going to hold, whether it was just going to pop and drop, because it has been up, before in this week. So really didn't have a lot of confidence in it to push further, but took that entry there expecting or thinking it would, bounce back straight away. It didn't. It sort of pulled back and went into consolidation, really. Actually, I'll just have a check if I can find that on out telling what you have. Right. Just bear with me a moment. Just get that going. Yeah. So this is it here. So I'll just speed that up a bit. See, it's pulling back. And so I bought in there and it pulls back and I get a little bit scared here. I was thinking, it's not going to hold. And it came up and I got out. I should have got back in, really. Got back in there. But I obviously not happy about that. So I'm going to have a look at another stock. But see, as it comes across here, it's holding in consolidation. No, and I'm looking at another stock again. So I'm annoyed. That's okay. Hang on. Did I go back to it? Oh, no, that's it there. And then I do come back to it, I think, because, so here, like, right here, where it broke here, that was another entry here after this consolidation area. and really should have come in here or waited for it to test 555 to re-enter. So if I push play on that, watch it double speed because it's a bit slow, but here you can see it's struggling at the moment to break through 544, but then starting to push now up to 550, breaks 550, and has a bit of a pullback, micro pullback. And I'm thinking about pushing the buy button, but I'm just a bit nervous as it's not really looking like it's going to go. Yeah, it says pull back here, and I'm thinking, oh no, it's going to pull back down to the VWAP. That's it. And then it just blows through 555 up to 560, slight pullback, and then away it goes again. And by this stage, I don't want to push the buy button because I feel like I'm too late. But then it starts going even higher through 570, 575, and this obviously isn't in real time either. This is 2 times speed. So, yeah. But even here, I mean, there's a micro pullback here that could have been an entry into the next leg up. So there was the opportunity on the 10-second chart here. You can see here is a slight micro pullback there. Could have been in. I thought about getting in here at 584. I didn't get filled, and then it comes down. I would have been filled. Should have been jumping in here again, but didn't. And then it comes up to 6 and breaks 6. I was thinking about getting in again, but I hit the wrong key, and it filled me. Well, the order went in lower. But then it held up here at 613, and this is where I got in again. I think I pushed, yeah. So I think this is where I get in again. Yeah, I get in here again. And not sure why I sold on this one, but it's kind of struggling at the moment. It's pushing a bit, and then it just starts pulling back, and I'm like, oh, I don't think it's going to go. And see, this is the problem. This is a problem because I am not actually sticking to my strategy. I'm either holding until it hits my stop or a price target. If it has my minimum price target and it looks like it's not going to go, I get out, and that's fine. If it hits my stop, then I'm out, and I'm fine. But if I don't let it go either way, yeah, sure, I haven't really lost anything on that trade. I haven't gained anything either. So if I keep doing that, I'm not going to be profitable because I just won't be able to, generate enough profit all the time to cover some of the losses. And I, even though I want to have a good risk management and keep my stops to, 10 cents, 15 cents, there's going to be times when that might not be possible. Getting caught in a flush or something that jackknifes down, 60 cents or 50 cents or $1, and that's going to be a big loss. And if I'm not making, a decent profit on my winning trades, if I'm not making, over 15 cents or 20, 30 cent trades, then that's just going to wipe out my, my cushion or my profit that I've made over the, previous trades and previous days or whatever. So I really have to tidy that up and if I'm going into a trade, it's either to make my 15 cents or to take my loss at 10 cents or that sort of thing. And do that, because if it's dropping down and it's breaking down through a level, then I don't want to be in that, going even further down. So, yeah. But I'll get rid of that. So, yeah, so those are the types of trades that I want to try and avoid. really, if I can, unless I really think that the stock is not going to go anywhere at all. Possibility, but really, I just need to take my loss or not. That's because if I had held for my stop loss on those 2 trades, I would have made profit on them instead. But anyway, that's the way it goes sometimes. So yeah, took 8 trades on this day. 8 trades, 7 green, 1 red, and $63 in profit. Really good accuracy, but yeah, just a little bit, yeah. So if we go and have a look at my stats for the week, overall for this week, I've had 72% accuracy, 0.57 in risk reward ratio, average loss of $36, and an average winner of $20.66. So I really have to work on the risk reward side of it. If I can get that to match my accuracy and be up around 1 at least, 1.2 would be way better. But if I can get it back to 1 next week, that would be great. Walked away with a profit of $190 this week. After my commissions, if we come up the top here, after my commissions, we're looking at 145.25, which is here. If we scroll back down to this one here, so 145.25 after my commissions this week. So still green week, 4 green days in a row. That's really good for my confidence. So happy about that. And it's a good start at least. I knew there might be some nerves involved when I started trading live again. I've had not very good success trading live. I've had problems with being consistent, really. I'll have good winning streaks and then I will lose it all in one day, holding a trade where I shouldn't be holding it at all, and it's down, $100, $200 or something like that. And I just blow my profit for the week in one day. So really try not to do that this time, really trying to stick to my risk management strategy and be more consistent across the board. Any other stats in here that we want to go over? So I did develop this data sheet, and it's got charts and all sorts of information there to help me analyze all my trades. Just heaps of stuff in here. Also, I rank my trades as well, so the quality of the stock, whether it meets my criteria, and then also like the setup quality for my trades. So still trying to work on that, and maybe be a bit more focused on making that a bit better, a bit clearer. But very helpful though to have all that data so you can see what trades are working well for you, and also time of day, where you're most profitable. All that sort of information is great. So really good to have. So that's my review of my trades for this week. Don't think I've got anything else ready to go over. It's been a good week, and I felt confident about my trading. Lots of stuff to tidy up and to correct though, and hopefully when I go back into trading next week, hopefully I can clean that up and actually bring my risk reward ratio up, and then with a good accuracy and good risk reward ratio, that should show my profit as well. And good stats will make it way more better for me to be more confident in my trading and going forward, to increase my share size and allow me to do that as well, increase my account. So if you have any suggestions on my content or my trading, I probably need help with both. leave it in the comments below, and like and subscribe. Green this week, that's great. I hope to keep it in the green, but only time will tell. I will see you next week. Ka kite.